Welcome everyone to another episode of K&L Detailing. On today's episode, I finally washed my wife's car after months of her begging me, and as you can see, it's in desperate need of a wash. I thought I would take you along with me and show you what we do at K&L for a basic wash. I always start the process by doing the wheels and tyres first. For this process I use Bowden's Own Wheelie Clean with their foursome brushes and their flathead brush to get in behind the caliper and clean the spokes. I also spray the tyres and wheel wells down with the Bowden's Own Pro APC and make sure that that portion of the car is also nice and clean, as it really helps to offset the shiny alloy wheels. The next thing we do is a pre-rinse, in which case I use the Bowden's Own Snow Foam, as it gives a very nice thick foam on the car and helps lift all the surface contaminants off the paint, so that the hand wash that we do later is a lot safer. I take this opportunity while the foam is dwelling to also clean inside the fuel cap, as it has often never been cleaned and always very grotty. Now it's time for our hand wash, and for this I use a Bowden's Own Wash and Wax, and I do one panel at a time, starting with the roof and working my way down the vehicle. I also do this using a 2-bucket wash system with grit guards in both buckets, rinsing after every pass and flipping the wash pad over often so as to not risk scratching the paint. So this is an example of what I'd describe to be a flat panel, where the water just sits on the bonnet and floods off in that manner. Whereas this is what I'd call a well-treated panel after I apply a Bowden's Own Happy Ending spray sealant. I always start my interiors by doing the door jambs, and for this I use Bowden's Own Orange Agent and a 500 GSM edgeless microfiber cloth. The vacuum that I'm using here is a Pullman CB15SS. It is an absolute ripper of a unit, and I absolutely love using it. One of the tricks I use for vehicles that aren't actually all that dirty is, instead of using a harsh cleaner, I'll tend to clean all the hard surfaces using a leather cleaner. In this case I'm using Bowden's Own Leather Love and one of their detailing brushes. clean the glass with Naked Glass by Bowden Zone and 2 cloths. I use the first cloth to wipe the material until it flashes off by itself, flip over to the dry side of that cloth, but then I use a second cloth to make sure any residue is removed. One thing that always bugs me about this car is the rusty toe ball, so while I don't usually do this, I couldn't help myself in this moment to sand off all the rust and then polish up the toe ball. On all plastic trims, I really love using Bowden Zone Vinyl Revival. I find it leaves a non-greasy, non-slimy finish. It's very easy to apply. I apply it using just a foam applicator pad, and then I smooth it out and buff it off using a microfiber cloth, and it leaves behind a lovely matte finish. Finally, I finish every detail by applying some tire shine.